everybody. Thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'm going to do a real quick introduction to this piece because it just came out, and it's short. It's two short stories, so I don't really want to spoil too much of it. But I really like the art in this book. This is by Tia Roxae. Don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Out by Reptile House Comics. So I'd ordered this, and then I got their 11th issue of their anthology as well as on their site because it looked cool. Immediately liked the cover. Tia Roxae's art is something I really enjoyed following on Instagram. I'll open a page here so you can see just what's being done with color. Like the ink lines are all in color and then more ink coloring going on top of that. And I really just like that look. I like the color choices. The whole style of it's really cool and interesting looking. So really excited to grab a book by Tia Roxae, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then also, like with the Reptile House comics, they've obviously got this stash of these metallic pearlescent papers that the cover's been printed on, and I think that really adds to it because it does kind of have like a tattoo shop vibes. I mean, you can even see like the end papers here, and just some of the rendering or something feels a little tattooy to me on this book. There's two short stories in here. The first one's pretty graphically sexual, so I'm going to avoid those pages, and that gets you up to about the halfway point in the book. Yeah, we're going to skip that page. That first story was pretty gross. Like it's pushing the boundaries of what like I'm comfortable with. It's about like amputation and cannibalism. And then this second story I liked a little bit better because it's more body horror. Like this girl reaches down her pants and finds that she's laid an egg, and then just, I don't know, kind of goes about this transformation that she's undergoing. So there's a real kind of grotesque body horror element to it, but I think that's bolstered by just the really beautiful art. They're both really short stories, and then you got these couple illustrations. This is presented as number 0. So hopefully there'll be more glass chambers, and hopefully they'll get bigger as Tia Roxae gets more support and stuff like that. And I would really love to see some of this experimentation with materials that Reptile House is doing go onto the inside of their books. But I know that just makes the product more and more expensive. It's just exposing me to even more potentials, more things for me to think about, more tricks that I can steal and use. And hopefully these artists get to play with those kind of things too. So I think this is a really cool book. Hopefully you can go out and support it. It's a nice little cheap little zine type of thing. I'll put a link to it. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Go grab yourself a copy of this. If you enjoy what we're doing here on the channel, the best ways to support us are through our Patreon. The donations there help us buy the books that we get, which is great. We just turn it back around to make sure we're buying books from artists. And then the best thing you can do is support what Sean's doing with Living the Line Publishing. So we'll take a look at some of the books that you can buy from Sean now. The Exile by Eric Creek is a gorgeously illustrated Viking saga of revenge. Eric Creek calls it his Viking Western. It's about a guy who's been away on the warpath and is returning home to some family troubles that have to be resolved. And this is told in just this amazing, like, kind of 3-color art style that looks like old woodblock cuts or something. It's absolutely gorgeous book that you've got to pick up. Centralia is an awesome, gorgeous comic by rising Dutch star Miel van de Peet. This is his first work. It's a really great sci-fi story. There's a world in the future where the sun has gotten so hot that people can't be on the ground, so they have to run around. There's a lot of conceits that go with that. What is the world that looks like? And I think you can see by the art that Sean's description of this book as like a Moebius for young adults, a YA Moebius, is a really great description of this really gorgeous and like wild, wacky, fun book. Thanks for following along. Take it away, Jack.
What's your